Oh, this is so sad. They've taken away my F5. Oh, no. I can't look at the camera anymore. This is so sad. Oh. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Revo. And I have been busy since our last episode, and so have the people on this server. There's a tower over there now. I don't quite know who built it, but it's sure there. But yes, as you can see in the corner up there. Look, up there. There it is. We are now in beta 1.3. We have updated. We've had our first update, which is exciting, isn't it? Except for the fact that I can no longer go into F5 mode by pressing F5 then F1. Ugh. But you might notice that everything's looking a little bit more smooth. Apparently this was the version that added smooth lighting, which is nice. Everything looks a lot less ugly now. I like that. But as I said, I have been quite busy because look what I've got. I've got resources. I've got materials because I want to do a little bit more building. In the last episode, we made this lovely little base upon which to put our future fishing village. I mean, it'll expand in the future. It's not going to stay this small. But our first order of business, I want to build a little hut right here on this big part, and maybe a little bit more along this hill as well. We'll just kind of see how things shape up. And now I actually have the resources to do it, as well as the fish, which I'm going to say are here for moral support. But I have designed a nice little house using the blocks that I have available to me. Ooh, the sun is going down, but luckily, this is actually the version that added beds. Even though I don't think they actually work to set spawn yet, we don't quite have enough to actually make one yet. Because I'm on the server quite early at the moment, it's quite early on in the day, which means it's either very early or very late for most of the people on this server. There isn't really anyone online at the moment, which means I should be able to just sleep the night away. Finally, I can stop wasting so much time just waiting for night, because I don't like to build when it's nighttime, because a creeper's just going to come along and ruin my entire day. I suppose I could have used my sail if I was really that desperate, but no, not just yet. Also, I put a ladder on the back of this boat, because it was annoying me having to swim round the entire edge just to get on it. Oh, finally I may rest my weary head. Where are we going to put this? Can I... My boat does not quite have the integrity that I hoped it did. Yeah, that'll be a good place for a bed. Oh, I actually really like that. You can only sleep at night. How are you going to tell me that this isn't night? What do you mean? And what do you mean the bed is occupied? Can I not put it down there? Oh, I guess it just didn't have the right space for it. You know, I can't help but notice that night isn't getting skipped. There might actually be someone else on the server who is preventing me from resting. I suppose I can replace the weird bed slabs that I had before. We don't really seem to need them anymore because my stairs are rightly visible. Thank you, stairs. Is anyone out there? I can't tell why I can't sleep because I'm assuming no one said hello when I logged on. There's no tab menu, so I really don't know. I can only assume that there's someone online and they just didn't say hello when I logged on. Ah, there is someone on. Okay, it seems as though we can actually sleep. Excellent. Yay! We've done it! We've successfully skipped a night. Oh, there's a creeper on my build. Hang on a second. Wait a second. Can I make a bow and arrow? Because I saw in Froggy's episode, she used a bow and arrow and it seemed to work a little bit strangely, and I'm almost wondering if that is a very viable solution for dealing with creepers. Does it need arrows? It does use arrows. Okay, it seemed as though the arrows were kind of infinite. Okay, they're not infinite. This will be a very useful thing to have so we can not just immediately die to any creepers that we encounter. Ooh, and we can actually afford to make a bunch of arrows. This will be good. This will be a good weapon. There we go. Finally, I'm well armed. I should probably make a new sword, but not right now. Where did that guy go? I see even with the update our fences still aren't connecting to the blocks. One day, let's get ourselves all loaded up with building supplies and then we can get some stuff done. Also, I've been smelting some stone because we desperately need all the block variation that we can get. Wooden slabs exist now! Oh my god, 1.3 is the best update ever created in Minecraft. You still only get 3 of them though. Can we put them on the top of a block yet? No. Oh, and they used to break with a pickaxe, didn't they? Oh, how strange. But this will be a good enough start. Shall we get going? I want to make this house a little bit indented into the wall, so we might have to spend quite a bit of time clearing out this terrain. This is just going to be some sort of cozy fisherman's shack with a nice porch outside. Maybe you can sit and watch the ships pull into the harbour. I reckon it's going to be the start of something quite nice. There is actually something quite nice about not having to worry about the direction in which my logs face. There's only one available to them. Ah, sleeping through nights is lovely. Oh, not you again. You just stay over there, mister. and we'll get along just fine. There, that's the start of something. It looks a little bit like I've just sort of thrown blocks around randomly, which, admittedly, I kind of have, but I'm just getting a bit of a style going. I'm not particularly fussed about how much sense it makes just yet, I just want it to be not so uniform and boring looking. So for now, this is going to be the facade we're working with. Shall we try and build the front of this cabin? Oh, they broke my torch thing. I put a fence specifically next to the wall so that I would be able to place a torch on top of it. But apparently they broke that in 1.3. We discovered it worked when we were making the farm, but it doesn't work anymore. Oh, I've designed this house with top slabs up there. I shouldn't have done that. See, the problem is I've built this house in the current version, just using the blocks, and I tried to keep in line with what this version's capable of. But it seems I didn't do a very good job. I guess we'll just have to deal with floating fences for now. When I'm eventually able to do top slabs, then I will fix up this house to be a little bit more in line with the original design. I wonder when that will be. You're telling me I can't pick up blocks through fences? Do I have to be on the same level as... Oh, that's it. Just kind of throwing fences on top of this thing just so we can have some semblance of detail. Actually, thinking about it, did they add trapdoors in 1.3 by any chance? Because if they did, that would be very exciting. Oh. Ooh. I forgot I could make buttons. Well, that'll be good for detail. They are very expensive though, 2 stone per button? Yeah, I'm sure it's not the most attractive building that's ever been seen. It does have a very cobbled together look, but that's kind of almost the vibe I was going for with this fisherman village. Like, it's not necessarily going to be a very rich town. Perhaps they just made do with what they had from selling fish. There, and our house has a little bit of a side now. A side profile, if you will. It's less of just a face. Now, I would quite like to do some kind of balcony sort of thing. Overhanging this area, maybe we could put something neat underneath and also walk out and look out on top. Yeah, that's a nice little area. And while this is a little bit of a waste of wood, what I would quite like to do is stack up some chests outside of here. In an ideal world, I would be using barrels, but we don't really have access to those anymore. It's going to be quite a while until we get barrels back. I'm going to be so stoked when we finally do. Just chests out here like that. There we go, as just some kind of decoration. It's all we can get, really, at this point. Maybe even something of a flower box. I mean, it's a block of dirt with a flower on top of it, but what can you ask for, eh? Ooh, maybe we could even use these wooden slabs as something? Yeah, you know what? That works. It works for what it is. It works for what we're capable of right now. Shall we see if we can get a roof on this place? Also, perhaps some kind of an interior that is not just a thin sliver between 2 walls. I've been trying to mix in planks with the stairs of this roof, just to kind of break it up a little bit, make it so it's not just a completely flat surface. Well, not flat, but just a completely diagonal surface, I suppose. I think it works quite well. Now I'm pretty much just carving out the space for this house. I'm actually quite a fan of building houses sunk into cliffs, or hillsides. I don't know, it kind of pretty much just saves you from having to build the back. Even though I did design a back to this house, I guess I'm just not going to have to build it. All the neighbours around. Has your reach been fixed yet? Kind of. That's the smoothest I've killed a zombie since 1.2, so maybe they fixed it a bit. I hear this guy. Oh, I was gonna say I have no idea where he is. I know where he is. Why does this not work? By all counts, this should work. Typically, when you stab things, they tend to die. That broke my sword. Oh, that was damaging my sword the entire time, and it didn't even kill the guy. Minecraft. Something that I don't think I've mentioned to you just yet is that obviously I've been mining to gather all this cobblestone, and what I got during that mining trip was 3 extra diamonds. I believe we had 2 last time you saw, but now we've got 5. And considering that we can't really make an enchanting table, I feel as though we might as well make a sword. Wait, why is my sword back? What? Okay, Minecraft, you know what? I'm going to continue to make the sword anyway, because I've decided, and I'm not going to change my mind. Gosh, that's a posh-looking thing now, isn't it? Ah, it's so good to see diamond things again. And the foe is gone anyway. Oh well. Oh, hello there. There we go, that's a roof. And a fairly polished interior. It's hardly the prettiest thing, but I would say it's cozy enough to call home. And I would say it's probably a more practical place to live than the boat. Shall we begin the moving process? This boat was lovely, it served us well, but realistically, I don't really want to swim every single time I want to craft or sleep or do anything that requires accessing my storage. The boat will remain here as a monument and a relic of the past. Isn't that pretty much what this server is, though? A relic of the past? Somewhat of an ode to the beta versions of Minecraft? I think there's something quite poetic in that. And this is my official first double chest. How exciting. And my official second double chest. Oh my god. And the third one. What a day. Oh my goodness me, this is getting ridiculous now. This wall's a bit blank. Maybe we could put something like a nice painting up? Wow, where did all this wool come from? Ah, lovely. How about we leave these 3 fish behind on the boat as a memento? And because they do suit the fisherman vibe. Ah, lovely. All nice and organised. And that's all the stuff moved over from the boat. I think we can call ourselves officially moved into our new fisherman's hut. I quite like this house. I think it's sweet. I think it's very nice for a beta build as well. I've tried to make it as detailed as I possibly could. And obviously, there's a lot of limitations to what I can do. For the amount of detail that you can expect to get on a beta build, I think this is pretty nice. Now, this isn't the only thing that I want to do in today's episode. Because, as I said, I'd been doing quite a bit of mining off camera, and I did indeed get these 3 diamonds, and these diamonds are not the only thing that I found down there. Shall we go have a look? Oh, hello there. Aw. Ow! Ah! Okay, they are nowhere near as cute as they are in current versions. If we come out this tunnel here, and go round the corner here, I managed to mine pretty much directly into a skeleton spawner. This is not what this looked like the last time I was here. That guy suffocated. Anyway, this was a full skeleton spawner the last time I was here. But this was mine. There was a mossy cobblestone floor. I actually don't know who's been here. Oh, I kind of thought that I'd staked my claim to this thing. I guess I really should have placed a sign down. Well, that's a shame. I did quite want that mossy cobblestone, but I suppose I should have placed that sign. I know this looks quite a bit like a pig spawner, but trust me, it is a skeleton spawner. If there weren't torches here, then skeletons would indeed be spawning. And as a result, I would quite like to turn this into a grinder, because whoever's beaten me here, they haven't placed down a sign either, so I reckon I have equal claim to this thing as they do. They may have taken all the mossy cobblestone, but I will take the bones. And one might argue that that is the greater treasure. Actually, I wouldn't really argue that, because bones are very much renewable, evidently. Mossy cobblestone, in this version, not so much. Oh well. It's not the end. Ah! It's not the end of the world. I forgot that skeleton spawners spawn skeletons. Now, I don't know exactly off the top of my head how to do this, but I'm sure I can figure it out. How about 4 blocks in either direction from the spawner? It'll probably work. That's a room if I've ever seen one. Just have to dig out the floor a bit now. And there, that should be enough floor as well. Okay, how do I do this? What? Oh, I don't know why it keeps spawning stuff. Is this not enough torches for you? Oh. There's a bunch of lava here. Okay. How about we funnel them over to the other side then? Okay, so that's a water stream funneling them down into this hole. Just a question of getting them into that water stream. Does this work to make an infinite source? Oh, it does. Oh, I wasn't quite sure. Because water is a little bit weird in this version. But that seems good enough. We pop this back. Oh, actually, that's fine. I just forgot to place this block back. There we go, perfect. Now I just need to break all the torches and it should function just fine, as long as I don't die in the process of doing this. Probably should have started with the back ones, actually. Oh, that's fine. That's fine and good. Oh no. That's not quite how that was supposed to go. Ah! Please don't kill me here. Break that. And seal it up, and there we go. Okay, that should be a perfectly functional skeleton grinder. I am out of food, so if we have any spillages, we're going to be in a spot of bother. Where did they go down to? Oh, not quite there. Where? Hang on. I've lost my skeleton hole. Oh, almost. Down here. There we go. There's the skeleton hole. There we go. We have a way of getting bones. It doesn't seem as though we can actually kill them. We can't kill them by hitting their feet, can we? Though they do seem to kill each other. So maybe that's the way. Maybe we just sit here until they've effectively destroyed all of their own kind. And then we get to reap the rewards. Oh boy, their entities are very bugged. Well, luckily this farm should be consistent among versions. I don't think it should ever stop working specifically, because I'm pretty sure spawner and water mechanics are going to stay pretty much the same. They're not killing each other anymore. How can you guys die? Or will they just die from entity cramming? It seems to work fine enough for them to just die from entity cramming. If anyone has any better suggestions about how to kill these mobs, because my sword just doesn't work. My sword just doesn't work killing them by hitting their feet, apparently. I assume that'll change at some point, but for now, it's not going to work. But as is, it's a decent enough mob farm. But yeah, if you do have any suggestions about how else I can kill these guys slightly more efficiently, so we don't have some kind of eldritch horror just writhing in this little hole here that I have to look at while waiting for these guys to die on their own accord, that would be very nice. Please let me know about that. We can't really drop them because we are at Y level 7 down here. There's nowhere else to go. There we go, half a stack of bones. Not bad for this thing's first 5 minutes of operations. I think we can call this a successful project. That'll definitely be useful in the coming grind for things like, oh god. Actually, no, I've got infinite arrows now. We can just do this. Wow, that was the easiest thing in the world. I don't need to be scared of creepers anymore. Oh, and apparently bows don't even take durability damage. Very nice. See, there are some perks to playing in beta. But yes, those bones will be very useful in the coming days when we'll definitely need to get on the grind for some resources. Things like wood and food, perhaps, and I don't know, wolves. That's an option. Having bone meal anyway will be very useful. But there we go. Ah, the sun is rising. We can look upon the start of our lovely fishing village. And I think we can call this quite a successful third episode, aside from the fact that I do continue to keep stomping on all of my crops. And that is where we are going to be calling it today. I can't F5 anymore, so you're just going to have to pretend the back of my head is the front of my head. Maybe I'll put a little face on it, so you have something to look at while I say this to you. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and maybe even subscribe if you'd like to see the next episode.